Hello everybody and welcome to What's Everyone Mad About on the Internet Today. Actually no, this is an opinion piece about the recently revealed trailer for Battlefield 5, or Battlefield V, however you want to pronounce it. Well, where to start? I'll be honest, I thought the trailer was pretty atrocious. Like, I know Battlefield's not necessarily always known for being 100% authentic and accurate to the time of when the game is set, but this felt really, really weird. Like, so much was out of place, and I know, like, the executive director has said that they put the priority on fun over the priority of authenticity, but it'd be nice to have a little balance of both. I mean, it does explain all the weird stuff about Battlefield 1, for example, all the vehicles and weapons that weren't actually in World War 1, or weren't used in World War 1. They were added to the game as DLC and gradual releases, you know, that kind of thing. I think it's alright, as long as you keep the rest of the majority of the game authentic. Yes, you can still pull off weird stuff in some of the older Battlefields, like jumping out of jets and shooting someone with a bazooka and then leaping back in the jet. But then again, doing that kind of thing actually has happened in real life, not with a bazooka, but people have fallen out of planes and then dived after it and then got back in again. So it's not that unusual. And speaking of things that are actually true, the whole thing I'm seeing at the moment about there quote-unquote being no women in World War II, or they were all at home doing things in the kitchen, or working in factories, while that is partially true, there was in fact indeed a lot of women on the front lines, and some of them behind enemy lines as well, as spies. You know, people sabotaging things and killing SS officers as they go. Some of them weren't in the actual army itself per se, but some people were resistance fighters in big, like, French resistance groups and stuff. So, trying to say that there wasn't any women and that it's somehow unauthentic or some kind of moral crime to be throwing women into video games, it's all very, very silly, and we ought to be a little bit more mature than that. And a casual Google search will show you, just literally search women World War II or women World War II front lines, army, whatever. You'll find plenty and plenty of evidence that this in fact did happen. One thing that certainly did strike me as a little bit weird was the woman with the prosthetic limb. Now, I can't really say for certain whether there was any disabled people in World War II. I can't find any information about that. There certainly doesn't seem to be any signees that were disabled at the time of trying to join to go fight, but there was certainly some crazy stories of people wounded in the battlefield, like having lost both their legs, or both their arms, or all their limbs, all their arms, their head, everything. No, I'm exaggerating now. But there was people that were in fact gravely injured to the point of some people literally did have legs missing, yet continued to fight. In fact, there was a classic one, I think it was Vietnam, but again, still quite an old one, where a dude was bayoneted, stabbed, shot, blown up with a grenade, but he still sat on a turret and killed something silly like several hundred of the enemy forces. In fact, one commentee on a YouTube video did make me actually laugh out loud. In real life, I lolled in real life. Because he put, "Oh, I see that character that's got makeup on his face, his battle makeup. What's this? Is this like William Wallace? Are we going to run round attacking SS officers with a claymore?" Yeah, once again, in fact, the truth is stranger than the fiction. I suggest reading up about Jack Churchill, or Mad Jack Churchill, as he was called, because he did indeed run round with a sword, and he ran round with some bagpipes as well. And even during a time when he was captured, after all his men were killed, and he was wounded and had a grenade go off near him, he was still playing the bagpipes when he was captured. So literally, the truth is stranger than the fiction, and it's also kind of awesome. The guy was a machine. But all that aside, I am actually really looking forward to Battlefield 5, because on paper, all the changes and stuff they've done, all the additions, things they've taken away, tweaked and changed, all the raw data that we've got at the moment about what they're going to achieve, or at least trying to achieve, does look very, very good on paper. I like the fact that they've gone for something that you would probably call a bit more hardcore. You can't just spawn in, fully geared, armoured up to the teeth, and, you know, be like a one-man army, like sometimes you can get away with on Battlefield 1 if you're good enough. Or if the enemy are totally oblivious to your presence. So it looks like they're trying to aim for something that's a bit more team-orientated. I mean, it's never not been team-orientated, but there has been a lot of like one-man army, Bruce Willis people trying to go out and do all the work. Now it looks more like you will have to actually work together as a group in order to succeed. So you will actually have to have somebody giving you ammo. You will have to have somebody actually giving you medical stuff. And when you revive somebody, it isn't instant. You're going to have to go through a little animation. A very interesting point that if they can pull it off is the fact that they've said bodies, when you are down but not out, your bodies will fully ragdoll all the time, and while the revive isn't instant, a friendly force can actually drag you away from the combat, like behind a wall or into cover, and then heal you with a 5-6 second whatever animation. But you won't get all of your health back, but you'll get out there in the field and you'll be able to recover some of your health. There's going to be no health regen, so you're going to have to actually rely on your medics to do something. Which, given what happens in Battlefield 1, that could certainly be interesting. But the fact that they're saying that it's all going to be server-side, so all the animations and stuff are all going to be server-side, it should be interesting, because it should mean that you will have situations where people are getting dragged into safety under heavy fire and stuff. It should be very dramatic, and personally I'm looking forward to that. But the trailer didn't really show any of that. It does look like a pre-rendered thing with a UI thrown over to look reasonably like what the game will be like, but it's still a pre-rendered cutscene, basically. So I'm not putting too much stock into what was actually shown. And another minor thing in the trailer that irked me a little bit as a British person is when you get somebody that's clearly not British to do a British accent in your game. So it's like, "Hello, mate, top of the morning to you, governor, let's go to war." All that business, we don't really sound like that. There is regional accents. That's why some people think I sound American sometimes, because I try to talk and enunciate in my videos, because I know sometimes I speak too quickly. And sometimes I do go off on a mumbly tangent. So I try to, just do quote-unquote YouTube voice to try and talk about things that I want to talk about without things getting lost in the sea of me going blah, 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 blah. So anyway, guys, the TLDR, if you like. I didn't think the trailer was very good, but I'm still looking forward to the game because on paper it looks like it may be, just maybe, be the best Battlefield yet, because they're taking it back to a kind of a more hardcore status, a more realistic and authentic status, but not forgetting that realism doesn't always equate to fun, and that you have to have a little bit of artistic license in order to also have fun along with your authenticity. But anyway, guys, that's just my opinion, that's just my 2 cents, that's my take on it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'd love to hear your opinions, because it has seemingly shattered the fanbase straight down the middle. Most of the videos of the trailer, even from various different sources, have like an equal amount of likes and dislikes. Half the people going, yay, and the other half's just going, the fuck is this? So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, I think. It's definitely a bigger, controversial move by DICE than the whole Battlefield 1 thing of, oh my god, there was no black troops in World War I, even though there was, but still, it became a big thing and a major deal. Just people, man. People are stupid. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching the video. I will see you in the next one.